Welcome into the Michigan Football Report, sponsored by BetDSI. I am James Yoder, the king of Michigan football media. Taking off the headset, putting on the mic. They gave me my own set here at the Chat Sports Michigan Football Report studio. Want to tell you guys about the new YouTube channel, chatsports.com/MichiganTV. We're going to start putting all of our exclusive Michigan football insider content on there. Be one of the first to subscribe. Use that URL there. It'll redirect you right to the new channel. You might be one of the first 5 or 10 people to subscribe if you act now. We have a new segment for you this week called Michigan Football Over Under. We have 10 topics. I'm going to throw a number out there. I'm going to give you my take, ask you guys, and then we're going to see. Is somebody going to go over? They can go under the number on screen. First up, Shea Patterson, Mr. Number 2, Michigan starting quarterback, official starting quarterback. Although we've been telling you for months he's the starting quarterback. Over or under 25 touchdown passes in 2018. Let's get it going in the comment section. YouTube, Facebook Live. Type O for over, U for under. And why the number 25? Why does the number 25 matter for Shea Patterson? It will put him in the elitist of elite class with Michigan football quarterbacks in the past. Now, I've said he's going to blow this one out, so you obviously know what my answer is going to be. But take a look at this graphic right here. The record for most touchdown passes in Michigan football history in a single season. 1991, Desmond Howard's Heisman year, and true freshman Chad Henne in 2004. Both had 25 touchdowns. No one has ever gone above that in the history of Michigan athletics. And only a handful of guys have hit that number 22 mark. So Shea Patterson, I believe, has a chance to obliterate the Michigan football passing touchdown record in a single season. So O for over, U for under. Tell me right now in comments. We're going to switch up the options so you can just type one letter. Let us know. See what your peers of Michigan football think. James Yoder says now Shea Patterson is going to go over 25 touchdowns. I've actually got him slotted for 33, 34, maybe even as high as 36, depending on how the offense clicks right out of the gate. Can he get a couple touchdowns in South Bend passing the football, which Michigan has not done to a wide receiver in about 10 games since the beginning of last season. Next up on over-under, the over-under of 9.5 wins. Well, Michigan, I'm talking about regular season, so bowl games, Big Ten championship game, that doesn't count. 9.5 regular season out of their 12 games. So are they going to go 10-2, 11-1, 12-0, or they can go under 9-3, 8-4, 7-5 even, which would be an absolute disaster. Type 1 for over, type 2 for under. Now, Michigan has gone over that in Jim Harbaugh's first 2 years with teams I think were a lot less talented than this year's teams. But Michigan has 3 road games against ranked teams. They have not won on the road since 2006. Also hosting 2 top 10 teams in Wisconsin, number I believe 3 in the latest AP poll. Penn State also in the top 10. At home, also to travel on the road to Northwestern. Nebraska's home 7 games against teams that either this year or next year are going to be big-time teams. Nebraska, of course, on the rise with Scott Frost. Type 1 for over, 2 for under. James Yoder says over. I actually think Michigan will go 11-1 this year. It's been my prediction since the spring when Shea Patterson was deemed eligible. 11-1 is the record I've got going for him. You can win money, no matter if you agree with me or if you don't agree with me. If you think they're going over, you think they're going under, check out the odds from our sponsor, BetDSI. The over-under line in Vegas is 9.5. BetDSI setting the line. You're getting better bet. If you think they're going over, you're getting better cash. You put $100, you bet over, you win $115. If you think, nah, they're going 9-3, 8-4, I don't trust Harbaugh, you go under, you only win $69 back, plus of course your $100. So chatsports.com/bet, use promo code GOBLUE, 120% cash deposit bonus. You put $100 in, $120 free bonus cash through BetDSI. It's a can't miss deal. It won't last forever. And they gave us the promo code GOBLUE. So go ahead and type it in. Chatsports.com/bet is the only sportsbook that we use to bet on football, and we recommend that you do the same. Next up on Michigan football, over and under, Karan Higdon. Over or under 1,100 yards rushing. We all know he had 994 last year. He said that he would have gone pro had he got to the 1,000 mark, 6 away. Type 3 for over. Type 4 for under. Now he's got some competition. Chris Evans, Shea Patterson can run out of the backfield. So will he have enough carries? Will he get those yards against big-time teams like he didn't do in 2017? Why the number 1,100? It's a very elusive number. In the past 15 seasons, it'll be 16 seasons once we get into 2018, only 5 players have done it. Mike Hart 3 times, All-American level, All Big Ten player, the leading rusher in Michigan football history. He's the last guy to do it. Did it 3 times, 2007, 2006, 2004, obviously hurt for a big chunk of 2005. And then Chris Perry in that really strong season, Doak Walker winning season in 2003. And then also Perry did it in 2002. So really go over, 3 for over, 4 for under. I'm kind of on a Michigan hype train. I'm on the over train right now. Maybe you should be betting against me if you're betting at BetDSI. I'm the public. You go the other way. I'm saying over. I think he's going to have a big year. I actually think he can approach 1,400 yards, 1,500 if Michigan has the passing game that is needed to take some pressure off the defense. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Next up, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Michigan's starting wide receiver, 5-star receiver coming in out of high school last year, got the start as a true freshman, over under 6 touchdown catches. That doesn't seem like that many, right? Type A for over, type B for under. What do you think about Donovan Peoples-Jones? If you're a guy who's watched Braylon Edwards and David Terrell and Desmond Howard, catch balls at the University of Michigan, you're like 6. Gosh, Braylon used to have that in 3 games. Well, it didn't really happen for Michigan last year. They had a bunch of guys with 1 or 2 touchdown passes. No wide receiver caught a pass in Big Ten play. Let me say that again. No wide receiver from Michigan caught a touchdown pass in Big Ten play. I should take that back, after the Purdue game. So I think 7 straight Big Ten games, no touchdown passes from a Michigan football wide receiver. As such, 6, it seems a little ridiculous, right? But Shea Patterson is the quarterback, a new offensive philosophy. But I am saying under. Michigan will not get will not get Tariq Black over 6 or over touchdowns this season. I'm sorry, Donovan Peoples-Jones. I said Tariq Black. Apologies about that. I am saying under. Want to know from you guys? Of course, type in the comments below. Rashan Gary, over under 6 or 7.5 sacks in 2018. Coming back for his junior year, projected top 10 NFL draft pick. Type Y for over. Type N for under. Now, you got to think 7.5 sacks, that's only 1 every other game, right? Of course he's going to get that. Well, these numbers are set for a reason, because I think this is kind of where you people thinking, yes, of course he will. No, he won't. 7.5 is a big number for a college football player, and Rashan Gary has not got that. Last year, Michigan's only had a handful of players who've got that number in the last 20 years or so. So it would be a big, historically significant number for Rashan Gary to get to that 7.5, 8 sacks, or potentially above. So want to know from you guys, Y for over, N for under. Rashan Gary, 7.5 sacks. I say, Yoder says, under. I don't think he's going to do it. I think that Michigan's defensive line is actually strong, which will give him more one-on-one opportunities. But I do think Chase Winovich, I think those linebackers will come off the blitz. Rashan is still going to get double teamed, still going to be the focus of the offense to keep him off the quarterback. We'll only have 5.5 sacks like he did in 2017, coming off a freshman year where he had almost none. So that is my saying on Rashan Gary, under 7.5 sacks. Next one up, at Notre Dame, at Michigan State, at Ohio State. 3 big road games against Michigan's 3 biggest rivals, over under 1.5 wins. So basically, are they going to go 1-2 or 2-1 or maybe even 3-0, maybe even 0-3? It would actually be against the trend for them to win even a single game. 12 straight years of losing on the road against road teams. So type W for over. They're going to get 2 or more wins. Type L for under. They're not going to get more than 1 win on the road against their 3 biggest rivals. What do I say in this one? Let me pull up my calculations. I'm going to go with over on this one. I think they get 2 or 3 wins. As of right now, I've still got them losing to Ohio State, starting off the year 11-0, losing to Ohio State, but I believe still making the Big Ten championship game. However that math will work out, we'll have to see. I say they're going to go 2-1 in those 3 road games. Jim Harbaugh has got his quarterback, and they're going to get some monkey off the back of that road losing streak against top 25 team. The people say in the comments, James, how do you dress so well? You look like you're in performance fabrics there, those dress shirts. Well, that's right. It is performance fabrics. Mizzen & Main is outfitting me all football season. Go ahead and buy one today. They are the most comfortable dress shirts known to man. You may have saw their Phil Mickelson commercial on the show last week. You may see their Phil Mickelson commercial out there on the internet just as an avid internet user. Comfortable.af is the website. I will not wear any other clothes on my body unless it's one of the Chat Sports shirts or a FACK shirt we told you about in a previous episode. All right, next up. Will Michigan score over 50 points in 2.5 games or more? So obviously 0-1-2, 3 games or more. Will they score 50 points? If you think about the 2016 with Wilton Speight at the helm, Scoring 50 points wasn't a big deal. They were averaging 50 points for the first half of the season for 7-8 games, and it wasn't as big of a deal as it turned out to be in 2017, where they could, felt lucky to even score 20 points in most games. So I want to know from you guys, type TD for over, type field goal for under. It's pretty creative by our production team there. So if they're going to be scoring TDs all day, get over 50 points a bunch, type in TD. If not, type in FG. I don't think it's going to happen. If you look here, it is not consistently. They did in 2016 where they're kind of running up the score on a lot of people against Maryland, against Rutgers, of course, against Central Florida. But you had to go back to, against Hawaii. So 4 games there, I guess. So not crazy to think, but they could do it 4 times in 2016. But I don't think, coming off what I saw last year, that Michigan is just going to all of a sudden snap their fingers and be scoring 50 points or more in 3+ games. So I am going to say, did I say over? Actually, I did say over. Take it back. I have my notes jumbled and juggled here. My initial reaction was probably accurate. I'm going with over, apparently. Look at that. My Yoder outrules Yoder. I read my notes wrong, so I'm going to say over. We're just going to get past this one. Move on. They're going to score 50 points in every game, probably, is what I'm going to have to say on this one. But let's take it over to the defense. Are they going to score? Are they going to shut out 2.5, they over under 2.5 shutouts this year? We all remember back to Jim Harbaugh's first year, 2015. 3 straight shutouts, a feat that hadn't happened in 20, 30 years prior to that. I believe Kansas State actually did it prior to Michigan shutting out a team 3 weeks in a row when Michigan did it in Jim Harbaugh's first year. Type D for defense if they go over 3 shutouts. Type F if they will not. So I guess that's kind of false. Go under that they will not get 3 shutouts under. You're saying under 2.5. Either 2.5, 2, 1, or 0. I am going to say under. I think that's why I flipped my notes here. I was thinking offense bad, defense good for Michigan. I'm going under. 3 shutouts in the year is frankly absurd. It's happened so few times of any college football program. I think to say over and to actually put money on that with maybe bet DSI would be absurd. Next up, 2019 NFL Draft, over or under 3.5 players. You saw in our Michigan football rumor segment, there are as many as 10 players, 4 on offense, 6 on defense that have junior eligibility, either true juniors or redshirt juniors that could go pro after this year and potentially get drafted. That would be a record 10. The record is 8 by LSU. Could Michigan get 3.5 players? That's the over underlying. Do over. U for under. Will Michigan have an exodus of players this year? I am going to say over. I actually think it'll be 5 or 6. And if the offense clicks, if they have a record-breaking offensive season with a new staff and Shea Patterson, potentially, it could be 7 or 8 guys if some of the offensive players decide to leave early. Next up, Shea Patterson, over under 14.5 games played at Michigan. Now, why 14.5 and not 13.5 or 17 or 20.5? Because 14.5 is actually, it signifies 2 things. For Michigan to get to 15 games in the 2018 season, that means Michigan have to go to the playoff. Now, for him to get to 15 games and they didn't go to the playoffs, that means they have to come back next year. So basically, if you're saying over, type A for over, B for under there, that means you think either Michigan's going to go to the playoff this year and make it to the national title game, or you think that that Shea Patterson will return for his senior year next year no matter what happens. So A for over, B for under. I am going to say under. I think it's just a little, I'm looking at the odds and I'm saying Shea Patterson being projected as a first-round draft pick, that means it's pretty likely he's going to go. And for me to bet that they're going to go to the national title game to get to that 15 number, I do think is a little crazy to say until I see him on the field. I reserve the right to change my my opinion on that as I see him on the field in a Michigan football uniform. All right, next up, well, actually, I want to talk about a little more about Shea Patterson before we get to our next over-under. I want to ask you about Shea and the Heisman Trophy. Something if he won it, of course, he would probably go pro anyways. So could Shea win the Heisman? Does he have a chance to win the Heisman? Is it more than 16-1 odds that he wins the Heisman Trophy? If you think it's a decent chance or willing to put $10 or $20 on it, you can win some big-time cash with BetTSI, chatsports.com/bet, promo code GOBLUE, 120% cash deposit, chatsports.com/bet. I've already put my money. And look, if Shea Patterson does not get hurt and he starts that game going against Notre Dame, I'm winning huge cash from the Shea starts at Michigan quarterback odds I gave you a couple weeks back. You can still win money on Shea Patterson. Put down $10. If he wins the Heisman, $160. Imagine if you put down $100, $1,600 back in cash if you put the money down with BetTSI. These are the up-to-date odds as of we are filming this show, so make sure you get that bet in before they continue to get worse. They're getting worse by the day. When I put the money on them, I was getting better odds like 170 or 165, so they are going down as of now. So That is Shea Patterson, 16-1 odds. I put 10 bucks down if I were you. The Michigan Football Report YouTube channel has launched. I don't think we have any subscribers yet. We just launched it as we're filming the show. So go to chatsports.com/MichiganTV where you're going to put some exclusive Michigan football only content on that page, and you will get it right there going forward throughout the 2018 football season.